Welcome to the Local Lens. Today we are here to talk about thank you for your service, and we have the absolute pleasure of talking with Jason Hall, who is the writer and director, Miles Teller, who is the lead in the film, and also Adam Schumann, who Miles plays in the film.
Thank you, Greer.
So thank God. All right, we're here. Guys, we got to see the film last week, and I have to tell you, I have not stopped thinking about it. Every single day, it has been on my heart and on my mind, because honestly, I have a different perspective. I actually lived a lot of this as a spouse. And so it was very emotional for me. And I actually, watching it, it was the first time that I felt validated for the struggle that I had been through personally. It was very, very hard for me to watch. But also healing in this crazy way. And so Miles, I wanted to actually start with you. So for you as Miles Teller, not married, no kids, never have been enlisted in the military. How did your perspective change playing a man that had had such responsibility and had endured such adversity?
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with a conversation, right? Just talking with Adam and trying to grapple with these things that he had to do and not just, kind of do it on his own, but also be, he's responsible for 8 guys over there to go from war to making pancakes, and then this movie puts a lens on that, and just to see, I mean, every day, it's a struggle, and it was an extremely difficult role to prepare for, because like you said, it's it's almost unimaginable as a civilian.
And Jason, I want to switch to you for a second. This isn't your first military film. You've got military in your family. And obviously American Sniper had amazing accolades. So how different was it to go from writing and executive producing to now running the helm of the ship? And what did you find most surprising?
Our job on this was to be real and to be accurate and tell this visceral, true story of what these guys go through when they come home. And, there was much more responsibility in this role, but it also freed me up to make the decisions and to put my vision up there on the film. And what we tried to do was make this the most hard-hitting, thought-provoking, exciting movie that you would be in this year. And I think that the audience is going to see a little bit more and hopefully grasp, like your experience, what that's like when these guys step off the plane. What that's like not only for them to walk back in with all this, the war still ringing in their heads, but what it's like for the family to accept them back.
Yeah, the little moments were what were so impactful for me. Having the silence with your wife and having all these things going on in your head and you can't communicate with her. Not knowing what your child likes to eat. Sorry.
That's all right.
Like having your, I had a baby, I had a newborn, and I can't find a job, and it's so real. Sorry.
So,
but I think it was just so amazing, and that's what really made it for me. And so I want to know, how did the three of you, work together to make that so real? Because, Miles, like we said, you don't have that experience, but you made it so real for me. It was so real.
You got Adam crying.
I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to be honest. It's so amazing because you have to think about the depths he had to go to through to not only have lived the experience, but then try to relive it and explain it to you, and what a responsibility Adam has.
Well, and that's what a hero is. I mean, this guy did some heroic stuff over there and took heroic action in battle. But to me, the biggest, the most amount of courage it took from him was when he came back and allowed this journalist to follow him into some of the worst and most challenging, trying experiences of his life. And that, revealing this side of the war, which is so often not revealed.
Sorry, I'm crying too, so you're not alone.
Come on, it's a good cry.
It's a happy cry. It's a healthy cry.
What advice do you give people who are really struggling with PTSD and not getting the help that they need?
You just need to start talking about it. You need to unload that. You're carrying a load. And you're doing it every day while you're doing normal tasks, and it makes those tasks that much more hard, difficult, because you have that weight. It's always there, and the more you unload that, the easier your day-to-day life gets, and that's what that process has taught me, is that unpacking that stuff and getting it out there and talking, you just gotta talk.
So obviously we were really, impacted by the movie, and I know that a lot of other people will be when they see it too. So, what's the call to action? What do we do?
I think the call to action for us is like having the audience see the film and realize, wow, okay, I didn't know. Like most of the audience walks out and they say, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea what these guys go through and what they come home carrying. And so go reach out to that veteran in your life. Go reach out to that uncle or that brother or that, the grandpa who hasn't talked about it. Tell them you saw the movie and you kind of, you feel like you understand a little bit more now, and open the door so they can share that experience,
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one of those stories you haven't talked about? Like, who were your friends over there? Tell me their names. Like, what was that like? What do you miss them?
Guys, thank you so much. You've really made an important film, and Adam, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
We appreciate you guys giving us some of your time. For those of you in the digital world, thank you for your service. Will be out on October 27th. I'm Beth Keener.
And I'm Greer Howard, your friends in entertainment.